Ingersoll General Stores must live on. Someone's fighting for a cause.
Nathaniel Sather didn't seem the type. The store does, though. Shall we?
Oh, my good sir. Welcome. How can I help you?
Good day to you. I see you've dropped your prices.
Mr. McCraith? Just the man.
Oh?
I'm in trouble, and I need a banisher.
So, salesman, sell me something, if you can.
My pleasure. Tell me, what do you need and what do you want?
What seems to be the trouble?
I'm sure this sounds silly, but I am an educated man, sir, and when I say this shop is haunted, I say it in all seriousness. We've had unexplained pilfering, though that has stopped since the widow Ingersoll ran away with the cash box. But I hear noises. I'm alone here now, you see. After the horrors this fort endured, could one of these monstrosities be hiding away in the store?
Right. That's a lot. Let me ask a few questions. See if we can sort this out.
Of course. Beg pardon.
You say the widow took her own cash box and fled. Why would she do that?
A moment of madness, sir. Or so I can only surmise.
Did you see her go?
I did. And not just that, I heard a commotion. As if her quarters were being ransacked. I confronted the thief, but it was she herself. She yelled at me, shoved me aside and fled. I picked myself up and went to follow, but she was gone.
I should have a look in her quarters, so. You mentioned a problem with pilfering. What's that about?
Bathsheba noticed it first. Cases would go missing. Oil, sugar of all things, spoons.
Do you have a suspect? Any idea where the stolen goods might be?
Not a one, sir, not a one. And if I'm to be honest, I don't care. If they've stolen it, it's because they need it. Apart from the sugar. And apart from the spoons. No one needs that many spoons. Bathsheba said she'd look into it, and I was happy to let her.
Whose ghost haunts you, do you think? Any enemies? Lost loved ones, perhaps?
I'm well liked, and I've no enemies here. Not since Bathsheba took the cash box and fled. But I'd hardly call her an enemy.
Bathsheba. The eponymous Mrs. Ingersoll, I believe.
The widow Ingersoll, up to split her hair. We've had someone thieving our merchandise. The ghost is the final straw.
To solve your haunting, I must investigate the store. Bathsheba's lodgings too. I'd like to do so with your permission. May I have it?
For the store, of course. For Bathsheba's lodgings. Well, not for me to say. Do what you have to do, and if she finds out, it won't be from me.
What is lurking here?
Time to work, Banisher.
It's signed NS, as in Nathaniel.
From whom does he expect a payment, and why?
This Thomas must be a good friend indeed. Nathaniel is desperate to see him. The takings are thin indeed. Wouldn't make me want to stay.
Who does Duchess Muck think she is? Taking my wares, taking my business, taking my dignity. To hell with her. To hell with Helen Priest. I'll leg it to Boston before I let her take what's mine.
When Helen threatened to take her business, the widow ran away.
Prudent. I can't say I blame her.
We found all we could. Might be time to go after our thief.
Mrs. Ingersoll took a car. Maybe you could follow her tracks?
Not a bad idea, Mr. Sather. Not a bad idea at all. Do you think perhaps the late Mr. Ingersoll may haunt his old store?
Back to save his wife, and with it his store? Perhaps. I doubt it. The tracks continue this way.
Bathsheba must have had motivation to flee in snow like this.
Or desperation. The tracks veer to the right. Ask for help if you need it. I have another in sight. That Spectre's looking for a body. Oh, they do look annoyed.
Have some of this!
One less to worry about.
I maim the corrupted heart. You aim at its roots. The missing cart. Abandoned. The wheel is stuck.
know, I'd almost fancy my own garden.
Trust me, you don't want a garden.
Empty cash box. The widow Ingersoll's, no doubt. Novices really have no idea how many miles a banisher runs to solve a case.
I once met Nero Fox, the infamous banisher who solved all his cases from the comfort of his armchair.
I should have become his apprentice.
Thing is, his apprentice was the one that went into the field for him.
A trail of blood. I don't like that.
The tracks continue this way.
I think Bathsheba was injured.
Looks that way. What with the blood and torn clothing and all.
The tracks lead into this cave. Must have been really desperate.
Reveal your true self. A scale fogach smile.
Go away, beasts! Off with you! That's mine! Come back!
Eaten alive. Hope it was quick.
The wolf took a purse. We should find it.
I used to count my wolf kills on one hand. Have some of that. Let's search the den. But with a Wingersoul, we'll never again see Boston. With a Wingersoul.
Sharpen up. Here's the belt. The purse is with it.
Keys. With the Wingersouls, I don't doubt.
I've seen this symbol in the mines below Fort Jericho.
Why would she have keys to the mines?
Mines. You want to take a look, don't you? There's an angry spectre nearby. Summon it before it ambushes us.
Show your shape in flesh!
Standing by.
Enough with the damn crows.
Did we miss a few?
Look out!
Running away, are we?
Help! Oh!
Put out that light. Shoot the light. Crows incoming.
Throw your toys somewhere else, pal.
Fancy a race?
Watch out! Spectre possession.
Hey! Get back here now!
Spectral target for you.
What does that thing have?
Show them why they should fear Banishers. Put out that light. Now the fight's getting interesting. I have another in sight. Watch out! Spectre possession. Make a run for it!
Enough with the damn crows!
Stay on your feet, Red. Shift your balance.
Crows answer its call.
It's stronger now. Brace yourself.
Moves like a shot.
Don't just stand there. Move! Be ready. Blasted pest!
Bloody butts.
Ready and waiting.
Arsin left.
Spectral traces. Something's up with Helen.
Banishers. Excuse the clatter.
I've seen worse. Good day to you, Helen.
I did not count on seeing you two again. I take it you've returned for a reason?
Things have been feverish round here, to say the least. Are you bearing up?
As well as can be expected.
How well is that exactly?
People are barely scratching by up here in this godforsaken fort, dangling out over the edge of the world. I fight so the stockade stays standing. The ship is wrecking, but I was called to be captain. I hold the wheel. So yes, Banisher, I am bearing up as well as can be expected.
A presence yet surrounds you. It could explain why you feel so burdened.
I carry my grief with me. I live with a family that is no longer here. You made sure of that?
Could his husk still be present? It will be drawn to you.
No, it could not.
Something is present. Something weighs on you.
I'm busy, Banishers. Busy means tired, that's all.
I've mailed for the fort. The messenger didn't make it. But I'm glad to make his delivery for him.
Mail? From who?
I don't know. Family? Friends? They seem to come from outside New Eden.
Ah, from before. They could be good for morale, or they could ruin it. Well, thank you.
Running this fort on your own can be no easy task. How are things going?
Busy. Vardy Miller has been on my case about opening more trading routes. We're all trying to make do, and he's trying to make work. Mind you, it's not a half-bad idea. We need the supplies. I've sent letters to the Harrows, but had no reply. I wish I knew why.
We had a little disagreement with the governor. You may wait a little longer for your letter.
I see. New Eden is losing its selectmen. A terrible thing, of course. Still, new broom sweep cleaner and all that.
We'll look into your spectral stones.
If you feel the need, then sure. Suit yourself.
Why is an echo here? If Sebastian still lingers, it can't be.
I hunger. I fade.
What can I do? What do I do for you?
Come to me, love. Comfort me.
Don't go. All will be well. I promise. All will be well.
Helen's desire is so strong, it's constructing a new ghost.
Sebastian's mentioned on every page.
The husk sees what she wants and mirrors it.
She feeds him from her own essence. No wonder she's on edge. These are really very good. Poor Helen.
A tyrant remembered as a hero. And so it goes. To me!
They brought more friends.
Think you could take on a ghost?
You're done.
Here we are. Now, let's find the symbol. Someone's been here already. Looks like Helen found Mrs. Ingersoll's stash. Oil, sugar, salt. Isn't this Nathaniel Sather's stolen merchandise?
Yes, it is.
backup!
Too easy.
Blasted pest!
The ledger for Ingersoll's store. Same dates, but with much higher figures.
Two different ledgers, one of which was locked inside a chest. I think I understand. She stole her own merchandise and hid it in the mines. Then she hid the accounts that would expose her lie. Why would she do that?
The store and Nathaniel are all she has. She doesn't want to lose them. And Nathaniel can't leave for Boston without his money. Nathaniel broke his promise and doesn't regret it.
Skint, he betrayed Mrs. Ingersoll for a couple of Helen Priest's coins. We should go back to him.
Excuse me?
Mrs. Ingersoll. That you?
I think so, Mr. McWraith. I think so. Mistress Duarte. Dear Lord, you're a spirit too. What happened?
I was going to ask you the very same question. What are you doing here?
You came to my store. Then you've met Nathaniel. Would you give him a message from me? Tell him he must stay. He made a promise. He must honor it.
So, you haunt Nathaniel. But he told us you stole your own cash box. Why?
Priest took my stock. All I had left was the money. I thought I'd start again somewhere else. Boston, where it all began.
This isn't what you had in mind, eh?
I have business yet. You'll see.
We found some merchandise stashed away. Oil, sugar, some, spoons. We suspect it was stolen. Is it yours?
I believe it is. Or at least it was.
Helen Priest lays claim to it, for the company.
And how does Helen Priest know about it? Because Nathaniel told her. He broke my confidence. He broke my heart. For the sake of his return to Boston and a life of ease, he'll trample the legacy of those who made him. He betrayed us. I knew what he was up to. That is why I ran. And because I ran, I died.
I'll ask you some questions, if you don't mind. What are you to Nathaniel? Where did you meet?
One day, an orphan boy came to our store in Boston hoping to learn the trade. He had this idea that he would sell hats. Everyone needs hats, he'd say. We gave him a job. He's been with us ever since. He's my barker, my salesman. He's born to it. He writes well, too. You should read the letters he sends to his friend, Thomas, in Boston.
Tell me more about Thomas.
He and Nathaniel are very close. Natty writes at least once a month. Were you married, Mistress Duarte? There was a time when I would have judged you if you were not. Now I know better. Love is love, whichever way it comes to you. Natty loves Thomas as well as any man ever loved a woman. Maybe better. What do you think of that?
Love is love, as you say, whichever way it comes to you. And there'll never be too much love in the world. Where are you from?
Boston, originally. Now I'm from New Eden. You?
Cuba, originally. Now I'm from everywhere and nowhere. Was it in Boston where you met your husband?
It was. I went into his shop one day and there he was. And you? Did you meet Mr. McCraith in Cuba?
God, no. We met in London. We met through work.
Yes. It happens. Or so I've heard.
We'll be off then. We'll be in touch.
Then I'll await your return. Or not.
May we talk, Mr. Sather?
I'd like nothing more. How can I be of service?
We must talk about the widow's accounts. They're meagre enough.
You surprise me, sir. And by that I mean you do not surprise me in the least. If the coffer was full, I'd be halfway to Boston by now.
Is that why you're selling your stock cheap?
Everything must go, sir. Or I'll not carry this junk back to Boston and the coin will pay my way.
Bathsheba kept the money she owes you, and now you're stuck here. Boston no more than a memory.
That's it, exactly. Now you understand the urgency.
I've bad news for you. I found Bathsheba's body. The wolves got her.
Oh no. Poor widow Ingersoll. I so dearly wish she'd made it safely to Boston. Did you find the cash box?
I found something else. The note. You told Priest exactly where to find the merchandise that Mrs. Ingersoll had hidden in the mines.
Ah. Now, I have a number of excuses, but I get the feeling you won't be interested in any of them. Nor, to be honest, am I. I did the right thing. Followed Bathsheba to her hiding place, and then I told Mrs. Priest where to find it. The stock will keep people alive. Now is no time for commerce.
You lied to your employer. Did she deserve it?
Listen, Bathsheba no longer knew what she was doing. She lived in the past, while we live in the present, and the future comes charging towards us. She wallows in grief, to the detriment of her friends and neighbours. She wouldn't give up the goods, so I gave them up for her.
All right. It's time.
I hear you, Mr. Sather. But I'd like to hear Widow Ingersoll's thoughts on the matter too. Wouldn't you?
Dear Lord, what are you?
Worry not, Nathaniel. This is the ghost that haunts the store. Bathsheba Ingersoll.
Back to tell me one more time that you're not going to pay me?
That money is my husband's legacy, and I shall decide what's to be done with it.
Money is mine. I earned it. All those years, I stood by my promise, but you did not. You lied about the books. You cheated me.
I, a cheat? You swore to my husband on his deathbed that the store would go on. You swore an oath to a dying man, and then you broke it.
I swore to help you with your grief. To keep running the store while you mourned. But you did not mourn. Instead, you poured your heart into his business. You won't let it go. You won't let him go. I can give you no more time. I have a life to live. Your dead husband does not. You must let me go.
By renouncing his business, you bury my husband a second time. Ingersoll's name will die because of you.
It's time to end this.
Bathsheba Ingersoll. By keeping his business going, you keep your husband alive. But it's time now for you to leave.
I'll not go.
Letting go seems so very difficult. So very painful. But you must, because by remaining, you only cause suffering.
But what awaits me at journey's end? Will my husband approve of the choices I've made? Have I done his business proud?
Material questions concern you no longer. Your husband's legacy is now yours. Nathaniel has inherited it. Let it go.
Yes. My accounts are settled. The books are balanced. I may go. Nathaniel, the business is yours. Take care of it.
You have been here.